Ladies and gentlemen, those who are about to receive honorary degrees will now be presented to President Andrew D. Hamilton. Lynn P. Brown, Senior Vice President for University Relations and Public Affairs, will call upon distinguished members of the university community to present and escort the honorary degree candidates. Assisting with the investitures will be Provost Catherine E. Fleming.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Cheryl G. Hilton, Dean of the College of Global Public Health, Director of the Global Institute of Public Health, and Professor of Public Health, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Science. Will Trustee Mark Leslie please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Thomas R. Frieden, native New Yorker, one of the world's foremost authorities in public health. You transformed the nation's Center for Disease Control and Prevention with its far-reaching mandate to protect health and safety across the world into an agency firmly rooted in innovation and rapid response. You practice a utilitarian view of medicine, developed at Oberlin College and refined at Columbia University's Medical School, finding out what works, implementing these methods, and tracking their effectiveness over time. By data-driven measures, you helped end the Ebola epidemic and launched an initiative that will prevent 500,000 heart attacks and strokes. As health commissioner of this city for 7 years, you took on entrenched interests to combat an array of scourges: smoking, obesity, and HIV. Hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers and people around the globe owe their better health and indeed their lives to you.
Thomas Frieden, proactive and persistent in the struggle to prevent and control disease. Saver of lives, you have proven yourself a brilliant, driven, and courageous first responder for humankind. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Anna Harvey, Interim Dean of the Graduate School of Arts and Science and Professor, Wilf Family Department of Politics, Faculty of Arts and Science, who will present the candidates for Doctor of Humane Letters. Will Trustee Evan Chesler please escort the candidates to the lectern?
Giffords, former three-term member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Arizona, known for your kindness, candor, and grueling work ethic. While in Congress, you championed immigration reform, energy independence, and the needs of military veterans and families. Mark Kelly, U.S. Navy combat veteran, former test pilot, and retired NASA astronaut. You commanded Space Shuttle Endeavour's final flight. Beyond these stunning individual achievements, you two share a story of abundant love, indomitable will, and rugged courage in the struggle to recover from devastating injuries inflicted by gun violence. Your selfless decision, taking on vigorous public roles designed to encourage elected officials to enact laws that make our communities safer, was in keeping with careers marked by service and devotion to duty.
Gabrielle Giffords and Mark Kelly, thrown a cruel curve midway through your distinguished careers, forced to abandon professions you excelled at and loved, you took on, without hesitation, the pivotal leadership of one of the most urgent imperatives of our time. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
I would like to introduce Pamela Newkirk, Professor of Journalism and Director of Undergraduate Studies, Arthur L. Carter Journalism Institute, Faculty of Arts and Science, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Humane Letters. Will Trustee Sharon Chang please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Melissa Victoria Harris Perry. Engaging professor, author, and public speaker, steadfast in the pursuit of social justice, you have said, the best justice work we do comes about when we commit ourselves fully to a cause we're likely to lose. You have taught at top universities, Chicago, Princeton, Tulane, and your alma mater, Wake Forest, where you today occupy the Maya Angelou Presidential Chair, an honor reserved for exceptional professors who embody the teacher-scholar ideal. Your study, barbershops, Bibles, and BET won praise for helping us learn how ideologies are formed by listening to everyday talk at the grassroots level. And Sister Citizen, your acclaimed examination of negative race and gender images confronting Black women exposes the political and emotional costs of these harmful and corrosive stereotypes.
Melissa Harris Perry, a foremost public intellectual, lecturing widely in the United States and abroad, an eloquent and progressive voice within and far beyond the Academy. You exert a deep and broad impact on the confluence of politics, race, gender, religion, and culture. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce James Canary, Department Chair and Professor of Chemistry, Faculty of Arts and Science, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Science. Will Trustee Jay Stein please accompany the candidate to the lectern?
Jean-Marie Pierre Lehn, chemist, scientist, professor. Through brilliantly conceived research experiments, you have brought your exceptional mind to bear on unraveling the processes that underlie the evolution of matter towards states of higher complexity. A native of France, where you received your scientific training, you have brought honor to your country and your colleagues at the renowned Université Louis Pasteur in Strasbourg and Collège de France in Paris throughout a half-century of stellar scientific achievement. For your seminal studies on the chemical basis of molecular recognition, you shared the 1987 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. And for a lifetime of prolific insight into the mysteries of a new field that you christened supramolecular chemistry and its subsequent paths of inquiry, you have established yourself as one of the world's singularly great scientists.
Jean-Marie Lehn, Nobel laureate, magnificent ambassador for science, you have sharpened our perception of how chemistry permeates every aspect of our lives and propels the evolution of elementary particles into the complex thinking organisms that we are. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you, my dear friend and mentor, the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Michael Lindsay, Director of the McSilver Institute for Poverty Policy and Research and Associate Professor, Silver School of Social Work, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Humane Letters. Will Trustee Gail Drugier please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Barbara A. Mikulski. A pioneer among women in the United States Congress, you were the first female Democrat elected to the Senate in your own right. You forged your political career from success as a social worker and community organizer in your beloved Baltimore. Known as a tough and determined advocate, you used the Senate's bully pulpit to champion civil rights and education, equal pay for equal work, and preventative health care for women, protection of seniors, and support for veterans. The first woman to chair the powerful Senate Appropriations Committee, you were a staunch supporter of federal funding for scientific research, central to the mission of universities such as our own. NASA astronomers even named an exploding star in your honor, the supernova Mikulski. As the Chamber's unofficial Dean of Women, you created a collegial oasis for your fellow female senators of both parties, one of your proudest accomplishments.
Barbara Mikulski, trailblazer, mentor, advocate, activist, and vibrant public servant for more than half a century. You earned in 2012 the distinction of being the longest-serving woman in the history of our legislative branch, as well as the lasting appreciation and admiration of the American people. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mr. President, I would like to introduce Lauren Davis, Associate Professor and Director, Business Area, Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, Tisch School of the Arts, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Fine Arts. Will Trustee Casey Box please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Pharrell Williams. Prolific songwriter, producer, artist, environmentalist, and composer of music that sounds like something that no one else has thought of just yet. You have made music with everyone from Kendrick Lamar to Jay-Z to Alicia Keys, and contributed to worldwide chart-topping hits such as Daft Punk's Get Lucky. You have collaborated with the world's biggest fashion, art, food, and lifestyle brands and redefined cool for this generation. Your foundation has empowered thousands of underserved youth through educational programs in new technologies, art, and media. You have made jeans from recycled plastic found in the ocean and showed us that clothing production can be sustainable. Happy, your Academy Award-nominated original song struck a captivating chord with a global audience, enticing the world to sing along to your soundtrack.
Pharrell Williams, as a multimedia superstar, you have made your own unique paradigm for artistic and humanitarian collaboration. Honored with 11 Grammy Awards by the music industry, you are one of those rare individuals known worldwide by only your first name. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.